12th Man TV here at the Wynfrey Hotel in Birmingham, Alabama as the SEC Conference Basketball Media Days wrap up. We are joined now by head women's coach Gary Blair. And Coach, kind of a back to the future for you, so to speak, here, back to the SEC. Talk about the day and a lot of the faces that you got to see and how did it go?
Well, it was good to be back here. A lot of the same media people that were here 10 years ago are still here. They're lifers in the SEC. They're very proud of it. And then the coaches, though, there's not a whole lot of new faces. Of course, the first face I saw when I came in was Vic Schaefer. He was just finishing up, and we had a chance to visit and everything. He looks good. He looks happy, and he knows what it's going to be like because we went through it our first year at A&M. So he's ready for that. We know the blueprint of building programs and getting them to a national level, and I'm sure that he'll do the same there at Mississippi State. I was able to see Coach Landers was going around when I was here, and he hasn't changed a bit. He's the only person in the league that talks slower than I do, but he's got a whole lot more wins than I do too. So, but he started earlier than I did too. Let me put that in there. But it's good to be back. I think it's an easier transition now going back after you've seen the success that our football team, volleyball, and soccer team are already having in the SEC. People kept saying, well, A&M's just going to come in and they're going to, once they see SEC football, SEC football is finding out what Texas A&M is all about. And the crowds have been so good at the football games, and the recruiting is going so well in every sport. So it's a change. Sometimes you have to change in life, and you keep the same values, keep the same core that you have, but every now and then, what's wrong with change? I mean, on Monday nights, it's tough for me. I'm sitting there watching The Voice and watching Dancing with Stars. I'm trying to do two things at once, along with Monday Night Football and the debate and Monday Night Baseball. So sometimes you got to be multitasking.
You talk about change. You're going from a tremendous basketball league in the Big 12, women's basketball, to a tremendous basketball league in the SEC. So for you guys, are you going to see a lot of change on the court? Maybe break down a little bit, maybe stylistically, what fans can expect different as the SEC teams start to roll into Reed Arena?
Well, first thing, the SEC out of 14 teams have 9 teams that have been to the Final Four and won championships. The 2 championship teams are Tennessee and Texas A&M. Everybody else has been to the Final Four. You've got 4 other teams that have been to the Elite 8, and Missouri has been to the Sweet 16. So everybody is used to winning. Who's going to be at the top, who's going to be in the middle, who's going to be at the bottom? Right now, the top 5 teams, they're saying right now, are Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Georgia, Tennessee, and ourselves in different orders. And then the middle of the pack is still strong. You've got Arkansas, Final Four team, LSU, 5-time Final Four team, Florida, Elite 8 team, and South Carolina, Final Four team. And we hadn't even got to the Mississippi State, Alabama, Auburn, and Missouri. So it's going to be fun. But as you go into the league, we've got to learn 12 new teams that we hadn't played in a while. They only have to learn 2. And that will make a big change. It'll make my assistant coach work a lot harder on getting a game plan together and doing background information. It'll be, we have to change everything we're doing. Normally when I go to Oklahoma State, I know exactly where we're going to have pregame. I know the hotel I'm going to stay at. I know when I usually leave there, I leave there with a win. I didn't last year, though, but at the same time, I know the Big 12. I know the SEC, but things have changed in 10 years. Look how much Bryan College Station has changed in 10 years.
And just finally, talk about the excitement for your team internally to wrap up fall camp, wrap up fall practice, get on the court, not only for the exhibition on November the 1st, but season opener at Louisville. It's not like you guys are going to start off real light this year once again.
Well, it seems like it hasn't stopped because we went to Italy this summer. We worked out 3 days in July, 7 in early August, and then we went to Italy for another 10 days. And all of a sudden you come back, you start school the next day, you start weights the next day, and it just keeps going and going and going. I think our freshmen are having to learn how to keep at this pace. I think the coaches and the older kids understand the pace that you have to be at, both academically as well as on the court, and having a little bit of a social life too. And so they're trying to balance all of that right now. But wouldn't you like to be 18 again and talented on full scholarship and going to a great university? I mean, I'd love to have one more chance.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Coach. That's head coach Gary Blair, the Aggies, here in Birmingham for SEC Media Days. We will follow the Aggies all season long. Make sure you tune in right here on 12th Man TV.